Right now, if we compare this Bitcoin bull market to all the previous cycles, it is just exactly playing out like all the previous ones. And that is why I don't want you to get fooled again. So in today's update video, obviously, I will be discussing the imminent short term. I want to be talking about Bitcoin breaking above one of its most important levels of resistance. I will give you a big update on all the things I'm seeing on the short term, the bigger term, and of course, this cycle where I want to be flipping my bias, where I want to be closing my massive $10 million Bitcoin long trade. And I want to give you an update on a massive breakout on Ethereum that is about to be happening soon here. So don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be absolutely highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So straight away looking into last weekend's CME gap, we are creating an ever so slightly one here around 123,000 US dollars. But all in all, it is not looking all too bad for Bitcoin at this moment of time, to be very honest. And of course, we do know that we have another major one around $110,000, but just mentioned in all my previous videos as well here. Yes, we could be expecting this is only going to get filled up here whenever the Bitcoin bull market top may be in here, because I straight away want to be going in towards it. But if we just compare this cycle to all the previous ones, you can just clearly see it. We are now in that end stage of the Bitcoin bull market cycle. You can also see it, for example, on this chart right here. In the 2018 rally, you saw the most exponential price increasement was happening, of course, in that last part of the cycle. The same was, of course, the case for 2022. And of course, right now, I think something similar is going to be playing out yet again here. I still think we're going to get this last final run towards the upside. Like if we're going to be comparing the 2018 cycle where we should be topping around October 21. If we're looking at the 2022 cycle, we should be topping around October the 13th. But in my opinion, it is of course not going to be exactly the same here. But I often say history doesn't exactly repeat, but it often does rhyme. So that is of course the strategy I am also going to be having this time around here. I'm not going to say, okay, it has to top on the 20th of October or whatever. No, I personally think we're going to be topping somewhere in this region. And if I'm just looking purely at all the technicals right now here, of course, we right now just broken above this very important level of resistance. We are right now seeing the MACD crossing bullish again here. We're breaking above that Fibonacci level of resistance I've talked about many, many times before here. And personally, I think Bitcoin is going to still move towards $130,000 and maybe even towards this $137,000 level. And this is my ultimate bull case scenario, the 137K here. So if we're going to be hitting that level, I will be personally scaling very aggressively in towards short positions. And also, if I'm right now looking not at the stochastic RSI here, but purely looking at the relative strength index on that weekly time frame, there's just a clear trend ongoing where, of course, the relative strength index is, of course, losing strength here, while the price action is still increasing. And, of course, ultimately, this is leading towards a major bearish divergence. And that is going to be, of course, including with the fact that we should be historically top around this period in the market. It makes a lot of sense for me to then, of course, flip a little bit more bearish. But just like I said earlier, I am not flipping bearish yet here. I still think we're going to be moving towards the upside. I am not closing my long positions yet here. But I do clearly want to tell you, all the data that we currently have in front of us is telling us the Bitcoin bull market top is definitely a lot closer than most people are expecting. So I do want to be pointing this out to everyone out there. And of course, if I'm looking at the imminent short term, there's a clear shift once again coming back here that institutional buying is once again picking up. This means that probably we're going to see, of course, this next rally really getting sentimented once again due to very strong institutional buying power. And of course, I do want to be pointing out that October and November are historically the best months for crypto. So that makes myself, of course, super excited. And of course, we are currently in Q4, and Q4 is historically where the major runs on crypto tend to get started, of course. So those are all very exciting things here. Bitcoin also breaking out of the bull flag pattern, now seeing a continuation, and the price target of this breakout is also 137,000 US dollars. And that is, of course, also exactly the target we have for this Fibonacci breakout. So yeah, that is, of course, on target. I am currently planning to take my profits. So basically what I will be doing with my trade, I will start to scale out from 130K all the way up to about 137K. And then I will be once again start to scale in towards short positions. And if you want to be staying up to date on all these trades here, because I shared all these trading setups before I opened them in my private Telegram group here, and of course also here on YouTube, but first in my private Telegram group. And if you now want to be joining that group as well here, make sure to go to the second link in today's video description, because there you can join my private Telegram group here. And basically, in that group, we're sharing all the information on the trades. We're sharing thoughts with each other. It's not only me who's sharing trades, but we are basically a group with 5 other professional traders as well, who are all sharing their trading setups. So yeah, make sure to stay up to date here. The most recent trade we opened was the trade on Optos. I shared you the setup. I shared you the reasons why I think this was going to be exploding. And if we're looking at the trade right now, it is in more than $170,000 in profit. And of course, I'm keeping you guys all the time up to date on this trade, what I'm going to be doing with it, etc., etc. So make sure to join it. It's very, very valuable. Then also on the weekly time frame right now, Bitcoin is actually starting to create this very beautiful weekly breakout. And the price target of this breakout is also very interesting, $137,000. One of the targets I'm also aiming for. So weekly consolidation, compression, boom, breakout. Now the continuation towards the upside is clearly getting started. Also, for example, Aptos, an altcoin that I'm also trading. The fundamentals are looking very great on it. And now it's also seeing the squeeze outside of this level where I personally was very much interested in the pairing. If I'm looking at Ethereum, I think there's a major move coming on Ethereum very soon here. We're creating this bull flag pattern. We are creating this downward sloping trend line, and the moment that we're going to be breaking this downtrend, we are going to be flying higher. And the price target for such a bull flag pattern is quite significant and is laying around $5,289. So definitely a trade I am also clearly taking very advantage of. And yeah, you can just clearly see the structure on the weekly time frame on Ethereum. Previous all-time high, flipping into resistance, retesting the major previous support zone, and now it's creating a bull flag. This is clearly looking like it is going to create another big push towards the upside. So purely based off technicals, I think Ethereum is going to be also run higher. That is why I remain to be in my Ethereum long trade, which is already more than $600,000 in profit, which is insane. But I personally think I can be locking in about $2 million from this trade here. So the moment, in my opinion, ETH is going to be breaking about $4,800 that previous all-time high, basically the major resistance on the Fibonacci, I think we're going to be running towards this next target, which is going to be my bull market case target, where I want to be exiting my positions and start to scale in towards short positions again for Ethereum. So those are my strategies basically right now here. I mean, at the same time, we're seeing that there's a lot of accumulation ongoing by whales for Ethereum. So things are looking very, very good over there. And I do also want to be mentioning, if you want to be trading yourself right now, guys, there's an insane offer currently ongoing on WeX, because if you sign up an account using that first link below, guys, you will not only get a 25% fee rebate, you will not only get a free 10 to 1 towards $100 airdrop by confirming your email and phone number, but also they're giving away a deposit bonus up to $30,000. And yeah, that is of course absolutely amazing. And if you, for example, deposit $10,000, you will get a free $10,000 Ethereum long or short trade, whatever you want to be opening. So very valuable. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video, because yeah, you can claim this deposit bonus by signing up an account to WeX using the first link below here. And yeah, if you're already signed up to WeX, you can also straight away join the private Telegram group here, where of course all the information on all the trades are clearly shared. So that was it, of course, for me on today's update video. Outside of that, nothing very special is happening, but I do want to be warning and giving you guys a heads up how this cycle is looking currently compared to the previous ones here. Because yes, once again, it just all looks so similar. So this is it for me in today's update video. Subscribe to the channel and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.